Hi there again, this is Aquaman from SV Aquaholic, and this little episode is the build of Aquaholic. Now, Aquaholic is a one-off. You can see the blueprints there. I've got a couple of blueprints off the original builder. There is no other boat like Aquaholic. There is lots of Adams 12 metres around, fiberglass, steel, aluminium, so on. But I only know of one other wooden Adams, and that's down in Geelong Yacht Club. Haven't actually met him, but we're friends on Facebook. I was extremely lucky and privileged to meet the original builder, Bob Crowhurst, who was in his 80s. He was at the sort of vintage that he may have been related to the famous English Crowhurst who committed suicide on the first round of the world race after fudging his locations, thinking that the race officials thought that he was in first place, but when he was actually stuck in Africa. Spent an afternoon tea in his house in Bunbury and talked about the boat and its history and so on, which was just absolutely fantastic. Now, the original name was Rachel Duggan, which was his mother's maiden name, had no relevance to me whatsoever. So I put the word out through family and friends for a new name. Lots and lots came back, but Aquaholic just resonated. Now, it's a very popular name, boat name, more in the power boats rather than sailing boats. And unfortunately or fortunately, Aquaholic on the boom cover, thanks to Jamie Thompson, an very old sail making friend. She stands out in an anchorage like anything, that boom cover. Now, Aqua has proved to be such a strong boat, and you can see why, the way she's been made. Strip planked Oregon, dowed, full epoxy, inside and out. The keel is 6 by 4 inches Jarrah, rock hard, great impervious to water, and it's fully laminated. So it's, 12 metres of laminated Jarrah for the keel. Just unbelievable. You just can't get that wood these days. It's just not available. And I really take my hat off to the team that built the boat. It was a 2-year build, and I've spent 4 years working on her, fixing her up, let alone building her from scratch. And they just did so much work. Visitors have often commented when they come into Aquaholic that she's a warm, homely sort of feel. And I think that's all the wood, all the lovely wood that's right through the hull, and you can see the ribs and the laminations and the so on, just so great. So we'll come up to the Melbourne Osaka now. Now, I'm not sure whether Bob originally built the boat for the Melbourne Osaka in 1991. He may have. I do know that he built the boat because he had a steel boat before that, which was quite heavy, and he got sick of repairing the sails to try and push the boat through the water. So Aqua was probably half the weight of his old steel. And he just to finish the Melbourne Osaka back in the early 90s with the technology and lack of safety gear and so on, was just an amazing effort. And as we know, any north-south or south-north race is just hard work, And here you can see some of the builders. That's the original motor, an old Volvo. I think I'm on the 3rd motor now, from what I can gather through the history. The history is a bit checkered. There's a fair bit of history. Aqua, before I got her, obviously did circumnavigation of Australia, including Tasmania, New Zealand, Pacific Islands, Japan and back, and extensively up and down the Western Australian coastline over the years. So I'm just so grateful to get these photos and be able to put them up in history now. I hope you've enjoyed seeing the build. As you can see, they just don't build them like that, and people that do build them these days, they're just phenomenally expensive. So that's a wrap from me. Until next time, this is Aquaman out. Bye for now.